Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today. Down in Balboa, I'm going to talk about there's a bank run out of a Chinese bank in Sydney, Australia, and the question is, when is this going to come to the States? When are we going to see bank runs here in the States? So much to cover in this video. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to join our email list. And also we have a sponsor today, Private Internet Access. Truly one of my favorite companies. I'll talk about them a little later. We're going to cover VPNs and what they're all about. First things first, let's get into it. In Sydney, Australia, there is a few branches of a bank that started to have lines early this week, and it started to get people's attention, and stories started popping up on Reddit. And sure enough, these are banks that are tied to the Henan province of the Bank of China, and there's a lot of students that are Chinese students and people that bank at this bank that is associated with China. And the problem is that what they're seeing is that these people's funds are unavailable and they cannot get access to their money right now. And the problem that they're having is that the bank has been doing some nefarious things as far as transactions and different things that they've done with customers' money, and enough is enough. People are concerned about this, so much so that they wanted to start withdrawing everything, and then the bank froze it. Now, the problem with this is the bank in China haven't given access to people's money since April of this year. And now they're telling people, think about this, based on the number of yuan you have, they will give people with accounts under 7,500, you're guaranteed to get all your money. Well, that is scary, guys. So if somebody had more than $7,500, they do not know when they're going to get access to their money. And again, we have talked about bank problems over and over and over again, guys, to where you have to take this seriously. And, a bank in Australia having these problems, I had dinner with, a man that runs a very large pharmaceutical company, and I've seen his business grow over the last 7 years since I've known this man. And, there's big problems with business in Australia, but like I've said before, what's going to happen in Australia first is going to come here. All the problems with building, all the problems with lending, all the problems that they're having with the infrastructure, we're going to have here. The banking situation is no different, but now the Chinese banks are, because people don't realize, well, is our bank connected to China? Do you know that or not? Well, they're learning this real fast in Sydney. So the people that have access to this, they're not getting access to their money, and now they're freaking out and they're lining up and demanding their money. And if you have very little money, they'll let you get the money out of the account. But the people that have a substantial amount of money, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 in their bank, they're not getting access to their money, and they're completely locked out of their accounts right now. So this creates a serious problem. And, I'm just going to clear this display. It's really nice. Water's really, really clear. But just a matter of time, guys, until this comes here. So we've talked about, having a good relationship with your bank and making sure that you have multiple banks. And, FDIC insurance, I saw a scary article last week that you could get 30% of your money and they could delay payment as much as 7 years. Everybody that is talked to, there's a woman in the UK sent me an article about Linda Cullen, who's she's a 41-year-old woman who got locked out of her bank account. This guy's got it made. She's doing all the work and he's just laying there drinking a beer. Linda Cullen's 41 years old, has 3 kids, cannot get access to her bank account, and has basically £9, she says, to feed her children right now. That is crazy, guys. Cannot get access to her money at all. So, got to take this seriously. It's a beautiful day out here. have to take it seriously when it comes to these bank warnings. The banks are practicing for drills for people rushing the banks. And now with what's happening in China, you know, because of nefarious things. Now, of course, you know, we don't get the truth from when it comes to China ever quickly. Now we find out that the families that ran these banks did, you know, some questionable tactics and questionable things with people's money, and now it's catching up. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, one thing that is an absolute huge problem right now is people are getting text messages they think are from their bank, and they are scammers that are reaching out, trying to get them to click on things and give up their bank information. You know, one of them was from North Carolina's Federal Credit Union. Guys, you know, this is getting to be too much right now. People are falling victims of this, and one of our subscribers, Dean, wrote me, and he's had an account with Chase forever, and, you know, through the years, the card gets corrupted somehow, and somebody gets it, and they usually put a $2 charge to reset, and then they buy something like a TV set. After that, he has to get a new card and go off, you know, through this shenanigans every time they do this. But this time, they went to buy food at Jack in the Box, guys. They stole somebody's credit card to go buy food at Jack in the Box. That's insane, guys. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because it's getting worse out there by the day right now. Let's talk about our sponsor, Private Internet Access. Private Internet Access is a virtual private network, a VPN. And I love this product. And what a VPN is it's a way of going online and being completely anonymous. And with all this talk about banking issues and cybersecurity and, you know, your privacy online, you need a product like this in your daily life. The cool thing about Private Internet Access is that there's no equipment to install. It's one button to turn it on. And for iAllegedly subscribers, they give an 82% discount, which is basically pennies a day, and you can have the protection of being online and not having to worry about anybody seeing anything that you do. And again, think about this. It's like getting a tunnel around your internet activity. If you go out in public and you use public internet ever, you should have a VPN. Give you a couple of examples of how important this is that people go online, they log into their pension, they log into their brokerage accounts. Well, that's where cyber criminals steal, you know, your login. And with everything that we talked about in this video today, you really need to have something like this. Now, the one thing that I love about this also is that today I was trying to, somebody sent me a news story and I tried to open it up, and immediately it popped up that I had hit my limit with free articles this month. I turned the VPN on and instantly I was anonymous and I could read the article. Plus, if you've ever been blacked out of a sporting event, not anymore. You just click on a VPN and you're anonymous. That's why I have Private Internet Access. You should sign up for it. Again, it's incredibly cheap, 82% off. Use the discount code iAllegedly below. Sign up today. But it's amazing. And again, this is one of those things that I use on a daily basis. You can get 10 devices. I'm going to show you how simple it is. You just press one button to turn this thing on, and that's all you have to do. It's that simple. So sign up for it today. Use the link below and save 82%. Again, pennies a day, and you're anonymous on the internet. That's awesome. The dog refuses to come in. That's funny. Now, the Fed stepped forward yesterday and raised interest rates 0.75 points, and the stock market celebrated. But guys, trouble is coming. Trouble is coming in such a big way, and you can deny it, and you can act like there's nothing to worry about, but you are delusional. Think about this stat. 35% of all small businesses estimated did not pay their rent in June of 2022. So when you walk into your hair salon, odds are 1 out of 3 shouldn't pay her rent. So that's horrible, guys. Also, 51% of all businesses say if inflation continues at the pace that it's at, they will not be able to sustain themselves and be open within a year. 1 year, guys. So you're going to see a flurry of people go out of business. Now you can sit there and say, oh, we need more stimulus. It was cool. People made sandcastles and stuff. Now you can sit there and say, oh, we need more stimulus. Yeah, we need to give people more money. No, people need to buy things. People need customers, and there's no customers right now. That's the problem with this. The state of New York issued a warning for all banking customers. So that would be anybody with a bank account, saying that there is a slew of people that are doing fake text, acting like they're financial institutions, and it's creating nothing but mayhem right now for people. So you have to take this seriously right now. Now, again, guys, you have to have a bank account. We all talk about that. But if you think that these banks are in good shape, you're kidding yourselves. JP Morgan, Citibank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, they've all said that they're putting money aside for more bad loans and more loan defaults right now. That's catastrophic, guys. And they're anticipating more losses right now than they've ever had because of the bad loans. Now, you're going to see nothing but interest. When interest rates go up this week, you're going to see nothing but car loans go up. You're going to see home mortgages go up. You know, I had 3 people write me about the same question. Dan, what if we bought our house and our mortgage is in the 2s? What do we do? You'd be a fool to sell your house right now. Now, here's the thing. You know, be responsible. Do you have an ounce of responsibility with your finances? Because if you do, you're in great shape. You're in fantastic shape. If you can live in that house, think about this. You're going to have a mortgage that you may never have in the history of mortgages again. You know, right now, you know, Scott Walters, I follow him a lot out of the Santa Barbara area, talking today about how more people are 4 and 5 months behind. Guys, think about this. Foreclosure.com, you know, they love me and they love the channel because we've got all these investors on the channel. Why is that, guys? Because more people know that people are falling behind on these house payments. You're going to see a slew of builders that will not complete homes right now. That's going to happen, and it's only going to get worse right now. But if you think this 0.75% bump, you know, the pundits on the news today, it was vomitous because it was gross having them say, oh, I don't think it's really going to do much. I think this has already been built in the market. You're kidding yourself. This is the beginning of it ticking up. And also, the one thing that Powell did say was that things are going to go up and we're going to raise interest rates again. But if you think that inflation is stopping, you're kidding yourself. And what's happening is that you're going to see the supply chain issue completely escalate out of control. Will there be a Black Friday this year? Who knows? You know, people are writing me about the myriad of odd things. Darla wrote me about makeup of all things. Going to different women's stores and getting tremendous deals on different women's makeup and free shipping and things that they're offering right now. Guys, look for all this stuff right now. If you could afford it, if you need it, and you know you're going to use this material, buy it now and get it. Okay? Because I'm telling you, if they're offering you free shipping on this stuff, you know, women's cosmetics are so expensive, it's ridiculous, but now they're getting desperate to unload this stuff because people are putting things off and scraping it down to the end before they go out and buy anything new. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. There's a lot more to cover today. Now we have to talk a little bit more about the Fed and their ridiculous statements, but you know, Jerome Powell, it's a real piece of work. Here's the guy talking about how, you know, we're not in a recession right now. And I have to admit this. I went into a bank today. I went into a brokerage office today. And hey, what did your guys come up with as far as the name for the recession if it's not recession? And I said it's repression. And it's beyond recession, heading towards depression. We are in a repression. Recession turned into a depression. That's serious, guys, okay? Now, for all these small business owners that are out there that are in such desperate states right now, one thing that they want to do is get themselves out of this nightmare and try to fix it and try to get their suppliers back on track. And There's a great article out of even New York where the bodegas, the little tiny markets, are suffering right now. People are not spending the money at those places at the convenience stores. They're just not shopping like they were. Vox News, which is a New York-based news company, they're laying off 40 people right now. So it's just going to escalate, guys. It's going to get worse. But the thing I got a kick out of the Vox terminations was they let rid of everybody that's in sales, everybody that's in marketing, all the people that bring business in. We don't need them. We'll leave the writers on. Okay, so you won't have any money, you won't sell any ads, but you'll get rid of those people. So it makes no sense. Now, businesses are going to get more desperate right now, and they're going to start borrowing more money, and the money's going to be more expensive. Now, from my experience, and I've talked about this about 6 months ago, I talked about this one. I had a supplier that we owed money to, and the guy was leaning on me to pay him, and if you don't pay me, I'm going to cut you off. If you don't pay me, I'm going to cut you off. And I brought him a tremendous amount of business. And so I decided, okay, went out and got a loan and paid this guy off. Whew, we're at zero. Isn't that great? Congratulations. No, only thing is, he didn't say congratulations. He laughed that day when I paid him. Absolutely laughed. Thought it was funny. You really did this. Okay? Then he cut me off. Okay? Nah, you're COD. Not interested in your business anymore. And me being the young man that I was and the perpetual pissed off person that I was and sometimes am, vowed that I would remind him of this and what a huge mistake he made. So we totaled up everything that we had spent with this jerk off, and it was $400,000. And every year after that, I would deliver him a gift and show him how much business he lost from me. Year after year after year. And at first he was like, ha ha ha. By year 4, by year 5, he was angry, okay? When I would show up. Oh, what are you doing here? You gonna do rubbing my face again? Yes, here you go. And just when I was about to give up and not do this again, I saw him in a restaurant with somebody I knew, but he didn't know I knew this person because it was a supplier that I was buying a tremendous amount of product from. And the guy dissed me and left, and then I'm literally in the parking lot, and I get a phone call from the person he was having lunch with. He's coming back from Catalina, and he says, wow, this guy regretted. Every year, I guess you'd come over there, Dan, and you would tell him how much business he lost, and it would just eat at him every year, and he said it was the biggest mistake he ever made. Good. But not everybody gets to do that, guys, and not everybody gets that satisfaction moment and realize that you screwed up. And that guy, I never went back to him, never showed it in his face again because I knew I had won. But so many people out there right now are going to make the mistake of paying these people off because I've told you this. If you owe people money, there's ways to negotiate it right now because you're not their biggest problem. I guarantee it right now. And things right now are only going to get worse. This is the beginning of all this, and you can sit there and say, oh no, it's getting better. How is it getting better? Guys, I am walking through a resort town right now, and there are vacancies right now. There's nobody on the beach, guys. There's rentals that are available that you can walk up and get right now, and yeah, they're expensive, and they're thousands of dollars a week and things like that. But this should be sold out. It should be bustling with people and kids and mayhem right now. And you know what? Look at it. It's not. Okay? Because people don't have any money. Don't forget that. So you can talk about there's no recession and all that shenanigans. It's ridiculous at this point. Really ridiculous. So share your thoughts on all this stuff right now, but don't make stupid moves. Plan strategically right now. If you're one of the people that didn't pay your rent, you got to figure this out now, and you got to work on it because there's no help. There is no stimulus check. There's no PPP loan. There's nothing right now for you people. Remember that. Good luck, okay? There's a lot more to cover. I always like when I get to follow up news stories and comments about things in videos. Yesterday's videos about all the barbecues brought up a great story, from the Weber company. The Weber company is losing money hand over fist. Sales are off 7%. They lost $51 million this year. Chris Scherzinger, the CEO, the guy's talking about how we're losing in all facets of the company. We're losing in every aspect of selling, whether it be online, retail in the stores, it's everywhere. And it's not just regional, it's across the board. Okay, well, wait a second, guys. I thought this was a fantastic market and people have money and it's just in this area and not in this area. Now, that's not the case. Now, I love when people write me and send me things like this. Denise wrote me about North Carolina. North Carolina's had so many layoffs in the entire state that they sent me, they have a website for this that keeps track of all the mass layoffs in their state. That's amazing. She says, do you have anything like this in California? And I'm like, no, I've never seen anything like this. But take a look at this because this is serious. But one thing that I've had shoved down my throat, and I'm going to find the guy that keeps doing this, telling me how great North Carolina is and there's nothing wrong and there's hasn't been a hiccup, but it's got all these massive layoffs that they're having right now. So there's that. The other thing is that the Florida Realtors Association issued a press release 2.5 hours before Jerome Powell came out with the 0.75% bump in interest rates, which I found absolutely fascinating because I'm reading this going, wait, this was issued before. So bold statement that either they guessed or they knew something, but the 0.75 point, if you don't think the 0.75 point bump is going to affect mortgages, you're kidding yourself. It's going to affect them dramatically. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Give me your opinion on everything. I really want to know what you think about all this. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories, and every now and then I read things and I have to read it twice because I think that they're insane. And Business Insider did this, and the article's below, but they said the Fed just raised your credit cards, your mortgages, and your car loans to slow down inflation. Okay, well, you'd have to be an imbecile to believe that that's going to happen that way. Facebook just announced that they are losing money, and all their financial guidance was off the cliff today, but we have to face that the economy is slowing down. Mark Zuckerberg himself said that, and also, greatest line, which is something we should all look at, is that we have to do more with less, and as a business, that's how we have to run the show from now on. Well, okay, that's about the greatest thing that guy ever said. And that's the way people should run their lives and should run their business right now. And the people that are the smartest are the people that are preparing for this right now. Now, the final story is a woman that bought herself a Tesla, and she said, wait a second, you know, now that I'm paying 58 cents a kilowatt, I used to pay 25 cents a kilowatt to charge my car. This is more expensive than having a gasoline-powered car. And it takes more time to fill this thing up, and it's not worth it. It's more expensive than a gas car. So great article, read it below. But again, you know, I love the people that write me and tell me that their Tesla is free to drive. So it's not, and here's a perfect example of where it's not free. Okay, please don't forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody. Take a look at our sponsor, Private Internet Access. Again, I use this company every day. You'll never get a private internet VPN cheaper, and it's an absolutely amazing company. Use the link below to sign up. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. Thanks for being here.